When you start practicing Stoic thinking, you begin to see life differently. Suddenly you realize that most of the stress, anxiety, and frustration you carry is self-created. The Stoics weren't trying to escape life. They wanted us to live more fully, more consciously, and with more peace. Let's go deeper into Epictetus's wisdom. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus was born into slavery. He didn't get to choose where he was born, what family he had, or how people treated him. He suffered physical pain and hardship daily. But despite everything, he refused to let bitterness define him. He trained his mind to focus only on what he could control. This wasn't just philosophy to him. It was survival. Imagine a modern scenario. You've planned a big outdoor event. You spent weeks preparing. The morning arrives and it's raining heavily. You feel frustrated, even angry. But stop for a moment. Can you control the weather? No. Can you control your disappointment? Absolutely. You can choose to complain, or you can choose to adapt. Find solutions and enjoy the moment anyway. The key lesson here is acceptance without passivity. Stoicism isn't about giving up. It's about focusing your energy where it matters. The rain is outside your control, but your response is entirely yours. That's your power. And here's a powerful exercise to practice this mindset. Identify the trigger, what's frustrating you right now. Separate the facts from your feelings. Ask yourself what happened and what am I making it mean. Decide consciously. Choose a response that aligns with your values, not your impulses. Do this daily, and you'll feel a profound shift. Slowly, you'll stop being at the mercy of every small inconvenience. You'll become calmer, clearer, and stronger. Now let's dive deeper into Marcus Aurelius's teaching. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet he never saw himself as above anyone else. In his private journal meditations, he constantly reminded himself to stay humble, calm, and focused on what truly matters. Despite being surrounded by luxury, power, and politics, he faced tragedy after tragedy. Losing children, fighting wars, dealing with betrayal, and yet he remained grounded. Why? Because he understood where his power truly was. Within himself. Think about your own life. How many times have you tried to control someone else's opinion? How often have you replayed a conversation in your head, wishing you'd said something different? How often have you worried about the future, only to realize later that your fears never came true? Marcus's words are a reminder. The more you try to control the uncontrollable, the more powerless you feel. But the moment you shift your focus inward, your choices, your thoughts, your actions, you reclaim your strength. Try this simple mental shift. Every time you feel frustrated, pause and say to yourself, "This is outside my control." Then ask, what's one thing I can control right now? Do that and you take back your power instantly. Finally, Seneca's timeless reminder. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca understood the human mind better than most. He saw how we create stories, sometimes terrifying ones, about what might happen. But most of those imagined tragedies never occur. Take an example from modern life. You have a big presentation tomorrow. Tonight you can't sleep because you're thinking, what if I forget my lines? What if I embarrass myself? What if they hate my idea? Your heart races, you feel sick with worrying. Then the day comes. You present confidently and everyone loves it. All that stress, it only existed in your mind. This doesn't mean Stoics deny fear. Instead, they face it directly. They ask, is this real right now? Or am I imagining it most of the time? The present moment is far calmer than the nightmare scenarios we invent. Seneca even suggested a practical technique called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Instead of running from fear, you visualize the worst-case scenario, accept it and prepare for it. Then when reality comes, you're calmer, because you've already faced your fear in your mind. Try this yourself. Write down the thing you're afraid of. Imagine the absolute worst that could happen. Accept it, then ask, if this really happened, what would I do? Suddenly fear loses its power over you. Now, when you combine these three teachings, you unlock an incredible transformation. You stop overreacting to every challenge. You stop wasting energy on things beyond your control. You stop letting fear dictate your decisions. Instead, you live with clarity, strength, and peace. You respond with intention, not impulse. You focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. And here's the beautiful thing. The more you practice this, the more resilient you become. Stress doesn't disappear, but it no longer rules you. You begin to experience freedom, not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. We've covered a lot already, but this is just the beginning. If you want real transformation, Stoicism must become a daily practice, not just an idea. So here are 3 simple exercises you can start today. Morning reflection every morning. Remind yourself, I cannot control everything, but I can control myself. Daily journaling. Write down one event that bothered you today and separate what you could control from what you couldn't. Evening review before bed. Reflect. Did I act according to my values today? Or did I react on impulse? These small practices repeated daily create massive change over time. You become calmer, wiser, stronger, and if this message speaks to you, don't keep it to yourself. Tap like, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more Stoic insights. Let's grow together, learning how to live with more clarity, more strength, and more peace, no matter what life brings.